I'm not just trying to bounce back, but I'm trying to exceed my expectations. I'm trying to set a new level of discipline and consistency for myself that's actually going to bring my goals and results into fruition. And I want to be able to share that with y'all so that you can do the same for yourself.
When they say she
murder, murder she wrote, murder she wrote. Mrs. I got things are so pretty round this time of year. I can't ignore it. I cannot ignore it. Yeah, Mrs. I got things are so pretty round this time of the year. I can't ignore it. I can only assure it.
My stomach is in shambles right now. Please disregard me. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Hey guys, good morning and welcome to my channel. I just wanted to quick chit chat with you all before I got into the word and then went to the gym, because this episode of the Bombshell Diaries is all about resetting, refreshing, and realigning ourselves for success. And there's a lot that I need to fill you in on before we get into the day, because it's gonna be a day, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not only trying to bounce back, but I'm actively trying to reset myself and realign myself with my goals, so that in the next 6 weeks I get to see some results and I can go into my birthday feeling majorly accomplished. So with that being said, what are we getting into? This reset is going to be physical reset. So I'll be cleaning my home. I'll be getting my skin together because I've had a long weekend full of makeup and sweat and sleeping in. So that is something that I definitely need to put a little bit more attention to. I'll be detoxing. I don't have any detox tea, but y'all saw me do my apple cider vinegar and my tea this morning. That's because my stomach has been in shambles. I've consumed way too much dairy over the weekend, and a lot of alcohol and just rubbish. So I'm trying to detox my body today and also just get back on track in terms of my consumption. I want to start a calorie deficit and I want to show you guys what that's going to look like for me, what grocery shopping, hopefully what I'm going to get during grocery shopping if I have time to do that today, because I honestly do not want to eat what's in my house because it's more garbage. But while I have food in here, I really want to take this opportunity to start fresh. It's not even Monday, it's Tuesday, but it feels like Monday to me, because I had company. I had my mom in town until yesterday, so it feels like a Monday to me, and I'm resetting, I'm restarting, and I'm trying to just realign myself so that I can put my goals in a chokehold and take them by the throat and actually accomplish some things. So this is all about reestablishing some discipline into my life after a couple crazy weeks. Not only did I have my mom in town for her birthday, but I also was sick all last week. I'm still kind of coughing up a little bit of phlegm, but this morning was the first morning I woke up and I could breathe through my nose. So that's wonderful. However, a week is a long time. So this is gonna be my first time going back to the gym in damn near a week. Only time I did go to the gym, I just walked. So going back to the gym for the first time, getting back on my healthy consumption and just being more cognizant, trying to actually start a calorie deficit and seeing if I can be consistent and maybe even adjust it throughout the next 6 weeks, and just trying to get back on track in terms of my discipline, my health and wellness, and accomplishing my goals. And even with you guys, I haven't been posting the shorts as consistently because I just been all over the place. I've been down bad. But if you're in a space where not only do you need to bounce back from whatever hiccup you might have had in the past few weeks, maybe if you had an off day, off a couple of weeks, or off a couple of months, this is the video for you if you are interested in not just trying to bounce back, but trying to bounce forward, trying to do something better than what you were even doing before you got got into your rut, this is for you. Not only that, but if you're one of those people that sit on your phone and you scroll and it's 2 in the morning and you decide that you want to transform your life, and you wake up and within 2 days you've already forgotten about all the things that you decided you wanted to become unrecognizable for, this is also the video for you. I want to be intentional in that I'm not just trying to bounce back, but I'm trying to exceed my expectations. I'm trying to set a new level of discipline and consistency for myself that's actually going to bring my goals and results into fruition for me, and I want to be able to share that with y'all so that you can do the same for yourself. So hopefully you guys watch to the end, because I believe that this Bombshell Diaries is going to be something that we can really truthfully ingratiate into our next couple of weeks and into our next 6 weeks, so that we can see true results. So if you want to go join the journey, I highly recommend that you do. It's going to be well worth watching. It's going to be entertaining. It's also going to be the real deal. And with that being said, if you are new here and you're like, what are the Bombshell Diaries? Who are you even? Hi, my name is Bree. I am your Gen-Zennial bestie, your virtual sis, working to successfully navigate her 20s in an attempt to thrive in her 30s. I create lots of content all about health and wellness, lifestyle, becoming the best version of yourself, self-development, self-improvement, and all of the things. So if that is your jam, do yourself a favor and hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. I promise you're going to enjoy it here. You're going to leave more motivated and inspired than you were when you stopped by in the first place. I promise you that. And for those who are recurring, y'all already know the vibes. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm trying to do a little detox, so I'm drinking some tea with lemon and apple cider vinegar this morning while I read my Bible. It is currently 6:49, so I'm gonna just read for the next 10 minutes, and then I'm going to head to the gym, so I can be at the gym, or making my way to the gym at 7 a.m. We have a full day ahead of us, so without further ado, let's get into it. Alexa, set an alarm for 7 a.m.
Alarm set for 7 a.m.
Alexa, turn the alarm off. Hey guys, it is 7:56 a.m. I planned on doing leg day today. However, my stomach is in shambles. I don't know if it's because of what I ate last night. I had more dairy than usual yesterday. Lactose intolerant. Full transparency, but not even that. I also, because my stomach was hurting when I woke up this morning, I decided to try to detox the apple cider vinegar, tea, lemon, and I think I got my digestive system moving and grooving very early. So I'm fighting back with every ounce of my being because I have to do something, but I'm going to keep it light. So what I briefly wanted to touch on was not my, my stomach problems, but rather your plan for your first workout back in the gym after a hiatus or a break of some sort. So all I've been doing really is walking here and there when I have the energy to do so. What I would recommend if it is your first time back in the gym after a while is to have a plan, which I have, just being stifled a bit because of my stomach, but have a plan. And also take it easy. Do not go from 0 to 100. This is not the time to do that. You will burn yourself out. Some people, it works for them. I barely had any pre-workout. I just had like half of a flat Celsius. So I recommend taking it slow, easing your way back into things, and having a plan in motion, and then gradually building yourself back up. And my goal is to start doing increased overload, like start lifting a little bit heavier by the end of the 6 weeks. I'm adding one more weight that I'm usually doing. I'm kind of like a do what I know type of girl, but I really want to expand my workouts, and I also want to challenge myself a bit more during these 6 weeks up until my birthday. So at the top of the week, I always do leg day, and that's still the plan. I'm going to do what I can, meeting my body where I'm at, and I'm just going to try to give myself 15 minutes as it is already 8 a.m. Try my best to make it through, considering that my stomach is doing the Y2C2 step right now, but okay. Let's get into leg day.
wake me up, don't let me down. You know I wanna be around. You fucking warm with my heart, you give me everything, so I quickly I'm letting down my guard.
Hey guys, it is currently 8:50 a.m. Running pretty good on time, however, I still need to make my breakfast. It's just gonna be some oatmeal with some fruit, which I already have prepped, so that shouldn't take me too long. However, I did touch on the fact that I want to be more intentional about my skincare because I've been noticing some breakouts. I got sick last week. I'm like, maybe it's from that. And then I was doing a lot of drinking, doing a lot of poor eating, also wearing a lot of makeup, falling asleep in it, that whole nine. So I made some intentional purchases and I'm really interested and excited to give them all a try. So this is what I got. I got small sizes since it is my first time using these products, but I got I hope I'm pronouncing it right. CosRx 3-step Cica treatment. So it includes Cica serum, a toner, and then also a cream. I'm gonna give these a try right now. I've actually already used them and so far so good, but I'm not quite sure what Cica solution does, Cica 7. I've seen it before and I know CosRx is a trusted brand, so I gave it a shot. It was on sale at Marshall's. What does Cica 7 do? Helps to calm irritated skin, reduce redness, and promote wound healing, all of which I need. Okay, so let's get into that. While we're doing this, I just wanted to quick touch on some few other things. I figured that we could just chit chat about some of the goals and intentions that I have for the next 6 weeks and for today. I mentioned earlier that I'm trying to be intentional these next 6 weeks about reestablishing that discipline and consistency in an attempt to see some goals come into fruition and to see some results by my birthday, which is August 24th. I've said it in previous videos, but I like the idea of trying to treat my birthday like the new year because it is a new year for me and I highly recommend that. And no matter when your birthday falls, it's a new year, so treat it as such. With that being said, I want 28th to be very grown, very sexy, very disciplined, very demure. I want it to be classy, a vibe for myself, and I also want it to be the year where stuff is actually falling into place. A lot of the goals that I've seen repeated on my vision boards from year after year, 28 is when things need to start shaking and I need to really truly enter my bombshell era. So it was only fitting for me to start this 6-week birthday bombshell preparation today, now that I'm 6 weeks away from my birthday, and that we have the Bombshell Diaries where we can get into all of these things and I can talk about it true vlog style where you guys can come on the journey with me and learn from my mistakes, be inspired by my wins, see what works, see what doesn't, and yeah, I'm trying to glow up. If you're interested in glowing up, not just over the summer, but in general, becoming the best version of yourself, your birthday is like always a really, really good time to reset those intentions and reestablish those intentions. So that's what I'm trying to do. However, some of the things that I'm trying to work on aren't just health and wellness. However, health and wellness is up there because I want to see physical results in my body. So what I consume, but it's not just for the looks, it's also for my gut health. Like I complained all morning about my stomach. I really want to be more intentional about my gut health. I have a good feeling that it's contributing to a lot of the bloating and the excess belly fat. I want to get better sleep. I want to work on my gut health. I want glowing and radiant skin. I want to improve my finances. Like I want to be a lot more disciplined, as well as being able to incorporate certain self-care things into my finances and it not make a huge dent. Like I don't want it to be that I have to tap into some funds that I'm not supposed to in order to get a facial or a massage or to do a staycation, things like these. I want to incorporate into my budget. So I need my finances to glow up as well, okay? And then of course, as usual, content creation. That I'm never gonna let my foot up off the gas, especially when I'm still trying to see monetization. We are on the road to monetization. We have been for a while, but I am applying way more pressure than ever before, and I'm very confident that I'm going to see some results very, very soon. So yeah, I just advise you to take the time to not only just reset yourself for the week or for the month when you have had a long time that you've been knocked off course, whether it be because you were sick or there were people's birthdays and celebrations obligations, things you had to show up for. Maybe you were just in a lazy era of yours. You might have been in a funk or whatever the case is. I advise you to not just bounce back and reset, but also to take the time to reestablish some intentions that you have for yourself for the next couple of months and try to plan out how you're going to get there. So that's a lot of what I did on the treadmill. I didn't watch any videos or listen to any music on the treadmill. All I did was plan out the next couple of weeks and how I want to lay the foundation so that achieving these goals could be as simple as possible. And for the health and wellness ones, I already just started planning out my meal prep, grocery list, all of that. Like the calorie deficit, how much I want to consume. Started setting some small rewards for myself. Like, okay, when I do this, I'm gonna treat myself to my new Stanley Cup because I lost my old one. Oh, when I do that, I'm going to actually get that facial for the first time and then hopefully be able to incorporate it into a routine of some sort, maybe like every other month or something like that. But a good pre-birthday facial is on my micro rewards list. Just trying to make this experience a lot more fun and exciting and not just like lock in, get serious, get disciplined, be miserable all summer. Like, no. It's still gonna be fun, but it's gonna be cutesy, it's gonna be a vibe, it's gonna be aesthetic, and it's gonna be true and real and authentic and organic, especially for me. These goals and these intentions that you're setting for yourself, they should be for you. Not for TikTok, not for Instagram, not for YouTube, not for your friends, not for anybody, for you. So I know what I want for myself and I'm sick of waiting around. It's time to make it shake, so that's what we are going to do, okay? Okay. Now it is exactly 9 a.m. I'm not putting any makeup on. I'm actually gonna put on some sunscreen because I have to run an errand. Well, I think you should put it on every day, so maybe. Disregard that, you know, skincare, whatever. I'm really trying to get into this because this isn't like new for me. It really just be CeraVe, and I'm okay with that. But my skin has been more problematic in the last 2 weeks than it has in a while. So I'm like, ooh, let me lock in. Okay, I'm going to go get dressed, make my breakfast. I'll show you guys my breakfast and then I'm gonna run an errand. Hopefully I can get some work done either before that or the errand doesn't take too long. Nothing major, just have to run to the store real quick for my man. And we'll continue our Bombshell reset. Let's get into it. Hey guys, I decided to just do my errands while I'm out because it's literally 100 degrees. So I'm like, bro, I'm supposed to go outside, back inside, back outside to do my grocery shopping. If I'm gonna step out, I might as well just handle it all right now because my meetings also got canceled for the day, so considerably free. So now I'm going to do some grocery shopping. I'm going to take you guys along with me to show you what I am shopping for as I start my calorie deficit for the next 6 weeks. So yeah, let's get into it. First stop, I have 3 stops. First, maybe 4, hopefully we can make it 3. First stop is Publix.
Let your edge out to some iceberg, you'll be heavy in my mind. Can you get the heck out? I need rest now, got me bummed out. You so baby, baby, baby.
Lots of shopping, OMG. It is actually 11:30 a.m. I pretty much got everything I needed. However, I am starving because I skipped breakfast. I didn't even take my supplements. So we're gonna get into all of that when I get home, but I'm about to grab kava. Since I skipped breakfast, I have the calorie count for it. We'll get into how I decide whether or not I'm going to eat out and what eating out options are appropriate while I am embarking on a calorie deficit. So with that in mind, I'm going to kava and I'm not just gonna go there and do it like Chipotle. I'm actually gonna be intentional about what I select. It's gonna be pretty bland, pretty plain, but it's gonna get the job done because do I feel like going home and cooking after doing 2 hours of shopping? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm starving. So yeah, to kava we go and then home. I should've came from resume. I worry that I wasted the best of me on you, baby. You don't care. I'm trying to make a nuisance. This is urgent. Trying to make some similar change to me. A war in my mind. Gotta let go away. He was holding me. Choose the right, but it will break up and Sorry, I was just too hungry to function, so I had to sit down and eat my food. It's now 2:05 in the afternoon, and I'm still working. However, I wanted to check in and show you guys what I was nibbling on as my healthy snack. You guys just saw me make my protein shake. That is something I'm going to be reoccurring throughout my calorie deficit and my meal prep options. I will say, if you are new to counting your calories and just being a lot more mindful of what you consume, I would tread lightly where the protein shakes are concerned, merely because it can be something that's not that satiating. Like, you can drink a smoothie. I'll be drinking my smoothie in like, I don't know, sometimes like 5 to 7 minutes. Like, it's not like a slow, long-term consumption kind of a food. However, it does have a lot of protein, and if that's a goal of yours, it's great for you to do it at home. I recommend making it yourself so you can be more mindful of the sugar that they put into it, because if you go to all these other expensive places where they have, like, you know, your $9 or $10 smoothies, sometimes they're really, really good, but they're that good because they have all of this sweet syrups, bases, and things of that nature that jam pack a lot of sugar that you probably do not need. So a lot of the sweeteners that I use include fruit, fresh fruit. I use a little bit of frozen fruit. Right now I'm kind of letting it marinate because my frozen fruit be too frozen. So I'll be putting water in there and a little bit of organic cranberry juice and just letting it like soften up a bit because it's pretty frozen. Protein powder and greens, either kale or spinach. I add my chia seeds for my fiber. You gotta get them that fiber. I'm trying to increase that fiber for sure. And yeah, and a protein powder, which I get from Aldi. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And yeah, that's gonna be my snack for the day. But as I mentioned, I'm trying to be a lot more intentional about what I put into my body, not just for physical reasons, like the fact that I want my fupa to disappear, but also that I'm trying to improve my gut health. So I figured while I'm waiting for that to marinate, we could take my supplements that I should have taken this morning, but I didn't want to take them on an empty stomach, so we're gonna take them right now. I actually don't have a bunch and I need to re-up. I do take a vitamin D pill because I am deficient in vitamin D, but I only take it once a week. So I took that. I take that on Mondays. I took that already. My doctor also said I'm deficient in vitamin B, so I'm taking a B12 by Nature's Bounty. This is the one that you put under your tongue, and I'm actually on my last one. I'm gonna add this plus a multivitamin to my list of things to purchase. B12. I have a good feeling that one of the reasons that I'm still experiencing the brunt of my cold from last week is because my white blood cell count is low. Another thing that I learned at the doctor's. And with that being said, I'm like, okay, well, what do you do to fix that? Maybe I need to take a multivitamin of some sort. So that is the next thing I'm gonna get when I re-up on my B12. I now have that under my tongue, but as I mentioned, I'm still getting over the cold, so I'm gonna take a mucus relief pill. Didn't want to take that on an empty stomach either. And as I mentioned, I'm trying to get my gut health together, so I did start taking a probiotic by Vitamin called Akkermansia. I looked it up, and it's supposed to be really good for your gut health and for your metabolism. So this is gonna help me get to where I want to be and get the gut right. Then I am all about it. I've been trying it, and so far so good. Definitely want to shout out Vitamin and thank them for allowing me to try this product. And not to mention, if you're interested in trying a new supplement that's going to be good for your gut health and for your metabolism, Vitamin is doing a giveaway. So all you have to do is follow me on Instagram at missright.tv and follow at Vitamin Health, and you can access the link to their giveaway at the link in their bio, and they'll be announcing the winner on August 30th. So right after my birthday. The supplement thing is fairly new to me. The most I've taken is like a probiotic. I do want to try some more like apple cider vinegar probiotics, and like I mentioned, a multivitamin. But it's important for me to find ones that aren't jam-packed with sugar because a lot of them are. You're like, oh, I gotta take my supplements, and if you get the gummy version, like, you're gonna be taking sugar with it. It's gonna also be calories. So I'm trying to make sure that I find good and healthy options for my supplements, and also not ODing it, because I would like to be able to get all of my nutrients from as natural sources as possible, but while I'm still making that transition, a few supplements here and there I feel like will be to my benefit. So if you're looking to try out something new for your gut health, I do recommend Akkermansia and giving Vitamo Health a try. Increasing that fiber, increasing my probiotics and my prebiotics, also to get the gut health working. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned, but you might have seen me put a little bit of kefir into my smoothie. That is another thing that I just started to try to help my gut health. And I will drink it in the evening. It's a good source of protein. It's also just really, really good. Alive and active bacteria for your gut. So the girlies are saying that's what making them get skinny, is making the fupa flat, is de-bloating, is doing all the things. So I am on board. I tried it for a week a while ago and it was really good. I found a little way to make it tasty, but yeah, I like it. And it's like a drinkable smoothie yogurt texture. So adding a small amount into my smoothies is perfect for texture. Yeah, those are the supplements that I'm taking right now. If you guys have any recommendations as someone who's trying to de-bloat and get her gut health on track, please let me know in the comments. I am open to trying new things. I'm going to blend this and then I'm going to get back to work and we will tap in when it is time to meal prep, because that's going to be the bulk of my afternoon and I want to make sure I start at a decent time so I'm not slaving over the stove all day long. I got to do something this evening, so yeah, let's get into it. Hey y'all, I have an excruciating headache, but I am done work. I did all that I needed to do for the day, just about. It is now 5:45. I normally go for a walk around this time, but I have a lot of food that I need to cook in order to be all set for the rest of the week and actually into the weekend. So we are going to get into that. What I put into my body is very, very important in the next 6 weeks when it comes to locking in where my health and wellness goals are concerned. So we're gonna get into that. But if you are interested in a health and wellness journey, maybe even a calorie deficit or some sort of cutting, mini cut or actual cut, an aggressive cut, whatever the case, I don't have all of the information that there is available to you, but I'm gonna give you some tips that have helped me thus far. You know, I'm not exactly where I wanna be yet, but I've been doing this a pretty good while at this point, and I've learned a lot. I've learned what I don't like to do, what works and what doesn't work for me, and hopefully I can provide you guys with some information as I start cooking. So let's get into it. I am just breaking up this broccoli, seasoning it with olive oil spray and some seasonings, pepper, everyday seasoning, 21 seasoning salute, and a salt-free garlic herb. And then I'll be putting it into the oven to roast. But while I'm doing this, let's quick chat. What have I done? What are the things that have helped me in my health and wellness journey when it comes to improving my consumption? First thing I would recommend doing if you are starting a health and wellness journey, you don't know where to start, is do your research. Do your research. That does not mean just like look on TikTok, but rather really look into your own body, your own needs for your body, what it is, the goals that you have for your health and for your body, and listen to it. Consider a nutritionist, getting a physical, going to your doctor. And I understand that that's not always like easily accessible, but you know what is, for the most part, is ChatGPT. So that's probably one of the things that I did that actually made a difference in my health and wellness journey. Not just winging it, throwing things to the wall, seeing what sticks, or feeling like, oh, you know, the girlie said oatmeal makes them thick, so I'm just gonna eat oatmeal and boom, I'm gonna be thick. Or the girlie say overnight oats, the girlie say, and I'm not even realizing how much sugar is in all of the things that I swore up and down were healthy. Not to mention how much I was lacking in protein, lacking in certain vitamins, all of those different things. So when I went to ChatGPT, I put in my exact desires for what I wanted for myself, for my body, for my health, and I put in everything about myself, described myself to the T. A lot of people will use a TDEE calculator. However, in my case, I learned that, I don't want to say it's not always accurate, but it's not always accurate if you're not putting in the stuff right. You might not be considering how many calories you actually burn at rest. You might not be considering how much you eat. I don't know. There's like real specifics where I did the TDE calculator route and I realized that I swore I was in a deficit and I wasn't. It was like more like maintenance vibes. When I did the ChatGPT way, it told me a different total, the different amount of calories that I burn at rest. So I say all that to say, go to ChatGPT, put in your weight, your height, your ethnicity, your background, how much you work out, how often you move your body, how many steps you average a day, everything that could possibly help the software to provide you with everything you need to know, put it in there. The more specific, the better. My boyfriend has a scale that like can read your body fat percentage and body mass and all that other stuff. So I did that and then uploaded that directly to ChatGPT. You cannot be too specific when it comes to that software. And I'm fairly new to the whole AI thing, and I'm still I'm still like, yo, go do it. Like, make your life simpler and go do it. And when I did that, it gave me some really cool tips and some suggested meal plan options for the goals that I had, what a cut would look like, how long I should be cutting, what the calorie deficit needs to look like in order to actually lose X amount of weight. All of that is what I found on ChatGPT. So yeah, I would definitely say for the first tip, make sure that you're doing your research and it's not just on TikTok. Use TikTok for the recipes that you decide to try when you learn how many calories you want to cut and when you actually figure out what the deficit should be and all of that, your workout inspiration and all that. Use TikTok for that, but everybody's body is different, so trying to go based off of other people's experiences, like, oh yeah, I lost 20 pounds in 30 days just by walking and I ate exactly what I wanted. I went to freaking Whataburger every day. Like, bro, don't, please. Second thing I recommend doing is to find a meal plan that you like and stick to it. This is one of those situations where it's not always going to be gourmet. That's probably one of the toughest things that I've had to learn when it comes to my health and wellness journey is realizing that everything doesn't have to be delectable. And really, primarily for me, it was like, okay, I don't have to have a dessert at the end of every meal. That was a hard one for me to learn. I'm not even gonna lie. But like when I'm trying to do a meal prep or plan and all of that jazz, I'm like, okay, when I started to actually do the calorie count, I'm like, when I learned how many calories were in some of the sweets that I used to frequent almost daily, or at least like Monday through Friday, or after a meal, I had to have something sweet. That was really a thing for me. And now I'm so glad that I made that change and actually started to count my calories. A lot of people have negative feelings towards counting calories, and I understand why. And if you're one of those people that are sensitive to this topic, I highly recommend that you just save this video and come back to it when you are in a place where you can hear it. This is in no way, shape, or form meant to make you scared of food or to worsen your relationship with food. However, in my personal experience, counting calories bettered my relationship with food. I never consumed this many vegetables, for one. Like, my portion sizes were all over the place. I always had more carbs on my plate than anything, like the rice, the potatoes, the pasta. Ooh. Honey, the bread, bro. If bread is an option, I'm going back for second, thirds, and fourths every single time. And it would be like the amount of vegetables on my plate would be like this size, like a little corner, like a little tiny corner of my plate would be vegetables. And part of that is because I didn't really like vegetables. And another part is just because I preferred the carbs. And honestly, I wasn't even eating enough protein. So we have this idea, a lot of people have this idea, it's like, oh, you start counting calories, your life's gonna be miserable, you're gonna hate your life, all the food's gonna be nasty, bland, and boring. But really, I'm enjoying the way that I make my vegetables now. I roast them. I don't really do frozen vegetables anymore. It's almost always fresh, roasted. Because for me, it's a texture thing. I'm always gonna go with the crunchy, maybe a little salty, savory vibe. And that's why you see me over here seasoning, okay? I don't play with that. Basically, I just bettered my relationship with food by actually taking the time to count my calories. And it is tedious. Do not let me sit here and make it seem like it is this luxurious thing. No, it's rather annoying to have to count every single calorie. I took the time and invested into a scale because it helps with the specifics, being as specific as possible. I would definitely recommend being as specific as possible overall. There were times when I did count my calories back in the day and I swore I was doing something, be like, oh yeah, that was about a serving size. That was about a serving size. It either wasn't a serving size or it was way more than a serving size. And I just wasn't taking into consideration like the macros of it all. So now that I take the time to do that, I am noticing that it's so much easier to eat the way that I'm supposed to consume more vegetables by taking the time to actually make them in a way that's good, that I enjoy. And also by eating enough vegetables and eating enough protein that I don't feel the need to scarf carbs down my throat. And this is all as a result of me taking my time with my meal preps and investing into what is going to benefit my body and my goals. Okay, now the broccoli is in the oven and I am going to season up the salmon and get that in the oven next. But as I was saying, tip number 2, just making sure that you're picking a meal plan that works for your body, for your health goals and your wellness goals, and sticking to it, taking the time to actually invest into what it is that your body needs and what it is that's going to help you get where you want to be in terms of your consumption, and also taking the time to count your calories, taking the time to count your macros, to weigh your food. It's going to be extremely tedious at first, but after a while you're going to see how much it's worth it. And when I said sticking to it, I meant if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's also like, okay, once you do those measurements, those annoying measurements, the weighing and all of that, making sure that you have exactly how much you need of each thing and planning it out in advance, doing that meal prep, which is like what we're doing right now, so that you don't have that decision fatigue and you're not tempted to make poor dietary decisions. It's actually going to benefit you so much in the long run. Not only is it going to benefit you where your health and wellness goals are concerned, but it's also going to benefit your pockets, because that's something that was, I guess, like a twofold double whammy situation for me ever since I started to meal prep. I've learned like this is what I need to be doing if I want to also stay aligned with my goals for my finances, because I'm telling you, it helps. It really does. It minimizes how much you eat out so much, not to mention you're going to be having better options. Better for your wallet and better for your body, honey. We're doing like a lemon pepper situation with a teriyaki marinade. It's gonna be good. Before I move on to step number 3, I just want to make sure I reiterate how important and how much easier your life will be if you repeat your meals. It gets frustrating to eat the same thing over and over again, and every now and then when I get paid, I kind of deviate from my meal plan. I'm not gonna lie, but who doesn't? But you won't have to do those measurements over and over again if you find something that works and you stick to it. So it's not to say that you can't ever remix it, you can't switch it up, you can't adjust, but it's going to make your life simpler if you have your few interchangeable meals that you stick to. So that's really going to be my plan for the next 6 weeks as we, get into this birthday bombshell preparation that we're doing. It's going to be a rotation of the same few meals, and I'm going to find new ways, I don't know, maybe new seasoning packets or things to put on it to try to shake it up, break it up, mash it up. But I know how many calories is in 4 ounces of salmon. I know how much protein is in 4 ounces of salmon. I know how much I need in order to last me throughout the week. Child, that's what I'm gonna do. Brown rice, cool. Potatoes, cool. Sweet potatoes, cool. Broccoli, cool. String beans, cool. Kale, great. Tacos, if I wanna get spicy, maybe I throw a taco or 2 in there. Throw some shrimp in there, like ground turkey, grilled chicken. Like I have those things that I know how to make, that I know I also like and that work for my goals. I'm going to apply them both, and I'm going to stick to them for these 6 weeks. And it's something that is definitely a learning curve at first, but once you find your faves, I'm telling you, it's going to make this journey 10 times easier for you. Here's where we're at with the salmon. We're just gonna cut up some lemon and add it and then throw it in the oven. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna put this in. The oven is at 375 already, so I'm just gonna put this in. Now we're gonna season this chicken. and grill it. I don't really know what kind of chicken this is gonna be. Do I have any freaky sauce to go with it? No, I don't. And I was looking for one, but I didn't get one. You wanna know why? Because they were all jam-packed with sugars. All the little like barbecue sauces that I'm looking for, jam-packed with sugar. And there is a sugar-free barbecue sauce someone told me about, and I forgot the name. I was hoping I would just see it, and I didn't see it. So if you know of a sugar-free barbecue sauce or something like that that's good, let me know. But in the meanwhile, it's gonna be giving a lemon pepper, garlic herb, grilled chicken, like I don't know. Little paprika, smoked paprika, like I don't know, it's gonna be a lot. But anyway, the last tip, something that I say pretty often, but I wholeheartedly mean, and I mean it with my whole chest when it comes to your health and wellness journey, that is to give yourself grace and to be kind to yourself. I mentioned earlier that some people can get really, really hard on themselves and start to have a poor relationship with food and with their body and all these things when they decide to embark on a health and wellness journey. And it shouldn't be any of that. I think as I mature, I've learned and have started to mold my language as opposed to being like, oh, I hate my fupa, or I hate my stomach, or I just want a six-pack, I don't understand why I can't eat what I want and just look the way that I want, like all the negative self-talk. I started to kind of adjust that and being like, I love my body as it is. I would love to improve it, but overall, I just want to be healthier. I want to feel more comfortable in the clothes that I wear, and I want to dress for my body better, and I want to love myself more than I ever have before. I want to feel and look my best for me, not for anybody else, and that is something that needs to be at the forefront of your health and wellness journey. If you're trying to get your body right for Instagram, if you're trying to get that man back, get that person back, that is not the way that you want to go. I am telling you, this is going to be a quick and seamless failure for you. You have to want to do it for yourself, and it has to be done in a healthy way. Rest is something that I have put on my list of goals that I want to work toward actually for the next 6 weeks, not because I don't want to rest afterwards or anytime before that, but because when it comes to your health and wellness goals, getting adequate sleep is very important. If you have a toxic relationship with the way that you're working out, with the way that you're eating, with the way that you're sleeping, like all it has to be is work, no rest. You're going super hard in the gym, you're taking OxyShred like it's your multivitamin, and you're going ham, all gas, no breaks. You're not giving your body and your muscles a chance to heal. You're going to hurt yourself, and you're not going to see the results that you want. Like, little do you know that not sleeping can actually help your body to store more fat. If you're having a toxic relationship with your health and wellness journey, and you feel like you have to starve yourself all day and you have to work out all day, there's still a chance that you're not going to see the results that you want. Don't drive yourself to the brink of no return for any reason, let alone for your health and wellness journey. Key word here is health and wellness. You aren't well if you're not eating the way that you should, if you aren't sleeping, if you aren't giving your body adequate rest, and if you aren't being kind to yourself. You need to be kind to yourself. It is okay to have a cheat meal. Do not curse yourself if you oversleep and you don't make it to the gym. Do not curse yourself if you have a bite of that chocolate or that bread. Allow yourself nice things here and there. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And also plan your cheat meals. That's something that I'm trying to be more intentional about doing, because when I go too long without a chocolate chip cookie, I learned the hard way. I will turn into an addict. I will go on a binger. Like, you don't want to see that side of me. I don't want to see that side of me. And I always regret it afterwards. But I had a tendency before to beat myself up afterwards. Like, oh my gosh, never gonna lose this weight. I keep doing this to myself, keep having to start over and over. Like, it's my fault, like I don't understand it. I'm always getting mad, like mad that other people can do certain things and their bodies look a certain way. I'm like, they're drinking, they're eating, they're having pasta and garlic bread and chocolate chip cookies and ice cream. Like, I want to do all those things and compare myself to other people, and I'm talking not nice to myself. And it doesn't get me anywhere. It doesn't get you anywhere. Learn from my mistakes. One of my biggest mistakes prior was pushing myself to the brink, having this immense amount of discipline, and then cracking under some kind of pressure because I pushed myself too hard, and then being mad that it resulted the way that it did. When I do cheat, like plan your cheat meals, make sure you allocate rest into your schedule, and you are fueling your body, and you are only embarking on this health and wellness journey for healthy reasons, not for anything toxic, not for anything, I don't want to say vain, because you know, you want to get skinny, you want to get skinny, like whatever, but like don't let it be for anybody else, and don't let it be for any toxic reason. It needs to be for you and for your self-love, for your self-care, okay? That is what I'll leave you guys with, because this chicken started getting a little bit loud and I don't want to mess it up, so I'm going to cook this chicken and we will get into my meal prep and wrap it up, okay?
They just wanna fuck with you. Just they know I fuck with you. If I put my trust in you, what will you do? Will you just step back? Will you duck it out? Will you be here to the end? I just wanna know if you my friend. I just wanna know if you pretending. I know I've been away. I'm just trying to get my promise.
Hey guys, can you believe I've been cooking for hours? Yes, nobody tells you that when you decide you want to go on a health and wellness journey and you want to be more disciplined about your consumption and go on a calorie deficit or a mini cut or whatever the case, that you're going to be slaving in the kitchen for hours. You're going to be spending lots of coin on your groceries, and you're going to have to do it every single week, once a week, and actually take the time to thoroughly make these things to your liking. And to be honest, I don't even know if everything tastes phenomenal because I haven't tasted it all, but I am happy that it is done, it is complete, and I will have my meals set for the rest of the week. Breakfast, if you guys really want to see it, let me know. I will show you guys what I eat in a day. I'll give you a more detailed description of what my calorie deficit is consisting of. However, you guys see me measuring out all my food, weighing it out before putting it into the meal prep container, so I know exactly what to put into my MyFitnessPal when I do track my calories and when I'm trying to make sure that I am being disciplined when it comes to my consumption. So with that, I am very, very happy to wrap things up and finally take it down. I actually have to go help my friend who's moving, so then after that I'm gonna come home and try to get in the bed as early as possible, because remember we talked about rest. That is very, very high on the list of priorities here as we embark on the Bombshell Baddie B-Day preparation, because that is what we are working toward here, at least for me, in the next 6 weeks. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it motivated you or inspired you to reset and realign your focus and to get back on track and lock in for whatever goals that you have set for yourself for the next couple of weeks or just in the future. Let me know what it is that you're working towards. If you have anything that you can suggest for me as someone who's trying to be more intentional about my consumption, someone who's trying to lose her fupa in the next 6 weeks, if you have any suggestions or recommendations, please let me know in the comments, as well as just let me know where you're at in your journey. I'm very, very happy that you're here and that you're embarking on it with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you again.